April 9th, 2025, police conducted an undercover online sting that led to the arrest of a substitute teacher, Patrick Martinez, who was later interviewed by officers regarding allegations involving a minor.
Hello again, Ms. Martinez.
Hey.
Yeah. Are you cuffed?
No.
Oh, okay. You could sit down right here. Okay, so here's a search warrant. So here's your phone. So what that search warrant's saying is it's just compelling you to use your biometrics to open up your phone, okay? So that's going to be the fingerprint or your face. So here's your phone.
Thank you very much.
Oop.
Can I mention anything else?
Of course.
What's up, man?
Two things. Am I ever going to get a lawyer to talk to? And are you guys going to be able to take in like who was able to hack into my account or all my accounts prior to?
So yes, you'll get a lawyer at some point. I don't arrange you guys with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as stuff for that, like hacking your phone and stuff. Yeah, but like in order to do that, I need to be able to speak to you, and you've already invoked your right to silence. And I understand that. I'm happy to hear it, dude. Believe me, be happy to hear it. There's always, I'd love to hear, there's always two sides to an equation, right? Like always. And all we're trying to do is find the truth here. That's it, right? We're not trying to come after you or anything. But if you want to talk to us, we'd be happy to. Absolutely happy to, okay? But we do have to re-Mirandize you for that, okay? Are you okay with that?
I'm so confused, sir. Please forgive me.
Okay.
I'm not used to any of this, and a lot just clearly has gone on, and a lot of my unknowing about what to do about it. So.
Okay. So we'd be happy to speak to you, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
But I don't know what that means when you say that you have to redo the rights or.
So because you're not free to leave, you're in a jail, right?
Right.
So per Miranda, anytime you're speaking to a law enforcement officer and it does not feel that you are free to leave, we have to read you Miranda. That's the rule, okay? So you're obviously you ain't getting out of here, right? Yeah, this is uncomfortable, not cool, right? So as a result, we have to read you Miranda. That's Supreme Court case law.
Okay.
Okay? So we'd be happy to speak to you. Do you have your card?
No, I don't have my card. Do you?
Yeah. Just keep
I'll grab your card.
It's back here. Oh, shit.
Careful with that.
Here we go.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to read this to you again, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
I'm not lying when I say this, but I don't. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Yeah.
let's go through them one by one.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to not talk to us, right? Okay.
Okay. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all of them.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, so what would I don't understand what my place is in to respond to anything if I'm even allowed to or should or not.
It's totally up to you.
It's up
Here's
to
the
you.
thing. All we know is one side of this right now.
Yeah.
Right? That's all we know. I'd be happy to hear the other. Because in the end, dude, we're not trying to get people. We're trying to find the truth of the situation and keep the community safe. That's it, dude. That's it, bro. So
I don't mind talking to you guys at all.
Okay.
I just don't want to get myself in more trouble because it seems like already for everything that I've already remembered, keep myself out of that.
all we have is one side of the situation right now, right, bro? So talk to us. Tell us what's up.
Okay, I have no idea why I got charged with sexual penetration of a minor.
Okay.
Attempted.
Oh, well, either way, still. I have not been well for a while. There's a lot that's going on in my life. I have a couple of the court cases that are supposed to come up. One that just got made to my attention again the other day, which I don't know, it's a bank trying to sue me because they could. It's just a long mess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was trying to meet up with a friend who then I think was an undercover situation, right? That friend. He started throwing at me, and it's in there, it says it right there, and all these things about a child and stuff, and I just played along with it. I was like, okay, sure, buddy. And I should have called you guys right away, which was my plan, but my phone's not working too well, and since when it got hacked, I don't know when it got hacked, but I have proof on all my emails and my Amazon, because I won't let me go back into them, and I went to, that night before, I was at Best Buy getting a new phone so I could use it to contact people.
Okay. So you have proof that your phone was hacked.
Yeah.
Okay. Where would that proof be at in your phone?
It'd be either in my email. I tried to get it from T-Mobile and Metro PCS, who refused to help me both days, or the same day.
And what is it in your email that's stating that your phone got hacked?
I lost access to all my information. Like everybody started changing my numbers and pulled my number and my email. Like my second, what is it?
And who was the email from? Because I'd
One
love
was
to
from
find out.
Amazon.
It was from Amazon?
Yeah, and then the other one was from Discord that was on that there.
Okay, on Discord.
On
So Discord and Amazon.
I haven't used Discord in forever. But,
Okay.
yeah, I got an email that's saying that my phone number was pulled from the two-factor authentication thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So which would mean that someone else had somehow weaseled their way in there,
And
right?
same with Amazon. When I tried to get into that, it wouldn't let me at all. They said that they would call me back the next day, which they never have.
Okay. So in order for us to like do a really deep dive on your phone, and I want to find that information for you, okay? But to make it a lot easier for us to find that information, we need the PIN to your phone. Are you willing to provide us the PIN to your phone? Because it's already unlocked, yes, but in order to do a full forensic, what's called a forensic extraction, okay? Totally up to you, dude. You don't have to give it to us. It's totally up to you.
So there is this whole thing happening with these landlords I was renting from in Chimayo, okay?
Okay.
It's a whole nightmare. That's where I think my stuff got hacked from.
Okay.
All my proof, the only proof I have to prove me in the right of what they're saying against me is on that phone, is on my camera roll.
Okay.
So I'm just worried now that all of this has to do with that.
Okay, well, we will. I'm happy to look into that, bro. Like 100%. But in order to really do a full dive on this, I need the PIN to your phone. So can you give us that so we can extract full amount of data from this to go into all of that stuff about your phone being hacked, and if it's potentially like a landlord's or a bad relationship with a landlord-tenant dispute that resulted in this. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't know how it would help you from my phone. Well, how
So
do
I can tell you why right here, okay? So right now we have your phone biometrically unlocked, okay? On Androids, all right, the only way to pull all of the data from a phone is to use a PIN, okay? We can get some, but we don't get all in a forensically sound manner, okay? So, but if you give me your PIN to your phone, I'm able to extract all of the data to ensure that I have everything that you're speaking to me about right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to get myself into these messes, but guys, I don't know what to do. I'd rather have a lawyer here or somebody that's gonna actually be on my side with this.
Okay.
I've got nothing to hide. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm
Okay.
just like, now I feel like I'm totally backed into a complete horrifying corner.
Okay. So you've asked for a lawyer, so we can't talk to you. Like, if you want to talk to us, you can do. But that's the rules that we have to follow, which that's a constitutional right.
Just
right?
like the other day, man.
But I'm happy to speak to you. Okay, brother?
Yeah, but I don't know what good that's gonna do to me right now.
Well, the truth will set you free, my friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're trying to find here is the truth. So if you have nothing to hide, good on you, bro. But we need to know that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you were saying you're hacked and stuff, and then
We've
go
got
through
to be
this
able
and
to,
then
to find that out for you. You know what I mean? I'm not out to just put people in prison, dude. That's the last thing I want to fucking do. I don't like taking people's freedom away. It's a very big thing to do that, right? It's not fun. It's not cool, right? I am a constitutionalist through and through, bro. You know?
You guys always played heavy here. I don't even know how it got to this point, but I swear,
Okay.
I don't know what to do. I really want to help because, again, I have nothing to hide. I'm not afraid of anything right now except just the fact of where I am and what the charges are behind me being here now.
Okay. So what would you like to do, my friend?
I don't really have any options here, do I?
Well, we'd love to hear your side of this situation. Okay? In order to get to the bottom of it, getting the PIN to your phone would be important because we can verify everything you say on your phone, right? Like, it'll verify everything you tell us, okay? Because all we have is one side of an equation right now. You know?
I don't understand most of this.
Okay.
When do I get to see an attorney?
Probably at your first arraignment.
Yeah.
When is that?
When you go to court,
It'll be soon.
it depends on when the jail takes
Yeah,
you.
we don't set that up, dude. That's okay. So do you want to not speak to us anymore? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what the best thing for me to do right now is, man. I'm really trying to
It's up to you.
That's up to you, man.
All I can tell you is like what we would like to see out of this, and that is the truth. That's it. Okay? But it's totally up to you, bro. Like that's the thing. The ball's in your court here, not ours.
Yeah.
Okay?
So how do you need my pen to get into what you need to see? Didn't you say it was just on Signal, right?
Because in a forensically sound manner, okay, there's something called full backup encryption, full disk encryption, okay? So I can only pull in a forensically sound manner, right? I can look at the phone, sure, okay? But in order to pull data that I can affirm, yes, this is true and accurate, I have to extract it in a forensically sound manner using forensic software, okay? In order to pull that data, getting the pin to the phone is the way to do it, okay? But it's up to you, dude. And I'm kind of on shaky ground right now because I don't know if you actually want to talk to us or not. You know what I mean? And I want to get to the truth. That's the number one thing.
Listen, guys, I'm really sorry. I've been played by so many people, including law enforcement, for a long time.
Okay?
And you guys scare the hell out of me.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
Something keeps telling me that this is more to what is visible. And I don't know what to do with that. But it doesn't make me feel very secure.
Okay.
It feels like you guys are trying to sideline me even further than I've been.
Well,
I don't know what you mean.
think about it. We're working with the information we have right now. Dude. That's all we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all we got. And to be fair, like, the information doesn't look that good, right? But if there's more to it, like, I'd love to hear it, bro.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to help. My heart is hurting. I don't even know what to say.
Okay. So would you like us to leave? It's the ball's in your court, my friend.
Yeah.
This is a decision point for you, and it's a pretty big decision, to be fair. It's a very big one, you know? Because I'd love to find out the totality of this situation and the totality of the circumstances and dive into those. Honestly, on your behalf too, you know, to find the truth. But the ball's in your court to do that, not
I
ours.
still don't know what that means. What you mean
It
by
means
that?
you have to make the decision on whether you're going to speak to us or not. And tell us what's going on.
I did tell you.
All I know is that there's some landlord-tenant dispute going on. Do you think that may have caused your phone to be hacked? And the evidence is going to be on that phone, but then you're unwilling to provide the PIN code for this phone, so I can dive into that. Which, that doesn't seem like 100% full and open cooperation in my book, right? And I'm not trying to come at you here. I'm just telling you from our perspective what that is. Now, you have to make the decision whether to be full and open and cooperate with us. You know what I mean? That's how the ball's in your court, dude.
I just want somebody like present with me
Okay.
that I know who's
Okay.
on my court.
Okay. So you're asking for an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those are your copies. We're out of here. What that is the return of service. We just give that to you, so that's just what we took, and we'll bring it back to the court. All right. All done.
A couple days later, a parent came forward revealing that his 9-year-old daughter had also encountered concerning behavior from the suspect. The new information could potentially result in additional charges.
Friday, this email came in
Okay.
at 6 o'clock from the headmaster at the school. They didn't mention any names. It was just like a very probably written by a lawyer email.
Okay.
So I went immediately to Santa Fe, New Mexican website, saw his picture. I recognized him right away.
Okay.
Sean. We know him as Sean. And but I was at home at the time, so I immediately looked at my wife, Kara, and I said, "Hey, we need to talk to June about this." She read the article in the newspaper, and then she asked June, "Hey, do you know this man? Do you recognize this man?" My daughter is 9. She has been at school for 2 years. She said, "I want to talk to mommy alone." I left the room. She had a conversation, my wife had a conversation with June, and she literally just said 2 things. She said that during one aftercare, and I don't know when it was because she is not in aftercare all the time. She might have been in aftercare probably 2 to 3 times over the course of 2 years, thank God.
Okay.
So she said in passing, one aftercare, he asked her for her phone number, if she knew it. She doesn't have a phone number, she doesn't have a cell phone, nothing.
Okay.
And then the other question was, do you know how you were born?
Do you know how you were born?
Yes. Which Kara was like, did he ask like, do you know when you were born? And she was like, no, do you know how you were born?
Okay.
Which, of course, I think that's a sexual question to ask, anyone. Like that's like very bizarre question.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't want to talk to me about it. And that night, Friday night I went to bed, and then Saturday morning I texted Mary. Mary is a friend of mine, the DA.
Okay.
She has a kid in our class.
Okay.
And I said, what should I do? Like, this guy is asking questions. I don't think anything happened with her and him. I don't know for sure. Like, no one knows for sure, but my gut says no. But like, of course, I go back to my dad and my grandfather as like law enforcement reports, trying to figure out like what type of person this is, building a case, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why she gave me your information.
Mary.
And that's why I reached out to you.
Okay.
Since that has happened, I've had a pretty extensive meeting yesterday with the head of school and the entire school. He was there, the headmaster was there, and several of his underlings and a lot of the board.
The staff?
Yeah, and parents from grades 1 through 3. And I will say that like, there are two things that kind of came out of that meeting. One, the background check on this guy and their non-discriminatory hiring practices is interesting when it comes to kids, There's a lot of like gray area that he really, the head couldn't really answer in terms of like, if he knew there were priors, if he didn't know there were priors. He has no record of like references to hire. This is obviously separate from this case that we're talking about. But the other big thing that I want to talk to you about and see if I can get information.
Okay.
Apparently there was a call placed with the Santa Fe Police Department on April 9th to the school.
Of this year?
Yes, to the school.
Okay.
Alerting them that there was an arrest made and alerting and confirming with the school that Sean was an employee there. And on that call, Rio yesterday admitted in the room that they were informed of the charges. Now, it was 9 days later, after the news broke in the paper, that the parents were informed. So we were not, like us as a collective of the school, we were not informed until after the New Mexican broke the news in the paper.
Okay.
And at 6 o'clock on, I think that was the 18th, was Friday. Yeah. So, of course, I raised this to the person. This is a small town. Like, we see everyone all over the place, and I was very upset that the parents weren't alerted immediately. If the police department is alerting the school that this guy was picked up on a child charge, it's just, for me, it's upsetting.
Right.
There's like 9 days of silence from a school that we pay money to go.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So I'm not sure on which one of my fellow detectives contacted the school, because I was very busy that day with the paperwork and stuff, and I was like doing the sorry man, I was busy doing the paperwork for him, obviously. But I know when my guys were doing kind of like just the open source, kind of doing a little bit of background checks on him once we had him ID'd and everything. I don't want to say something incorrect, but I'm pretty sure one of my detectives, I'll have to see who it was, contacted the school immediately. But that's kind of how we do it on our end, obviously, because, he was the fourth teacher I've gotten, and obviously not for Rio, but
right.
But yeah, that's kind of our protocol. And whenever there's someone who's in like the education sphere and stuff, obviously we notify the schools and stuff. So we did our due diligence on that, and yeah, I'm not sure when or what protocol is for schools internally notifying parents and stuff. It's kind of like we tell them like, hey, we're under this investigation and this person's been charged with X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of up to them when to, enact whatever it is in their policies are. And because Rio Grande, they're private, right? Or
yeah, private.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm telling you just so that you have the knowledge. There's really nothing like it's not like they broke the law or anything, but it is annoying. Coming out of that meeting, I was just like,
you don't want to hear it out on the paper.
Well, I got the affidavit, so I read all the text.
Oh, you did?
Exchange, yeah. And I mean, I've been involved in a lot of crazy shit. I sat down with drug cartels and leaders of drug lords, of like really dangerous people, killers, like American Mafia.
With the documentary stuff?
Yeah, like
wow.
Insane stuff. I've also sat down with the FBI, the ATF, you know, every single alphabet you could, you know. So I've seen two sides to every story, and I've heard the stories, and I will say that, you know, coming out of that meeting yesterday and reading, I had never read anything like that ever, you know, and it's just tough, man. I got two girls, and you know, one's 9 and one's 5. And I know there's a lot of bad shit in the world, but this one kind of, you know, really hit close to home. And I feel fortunate because, like I said, I don't think anything happened.
Yeah.
But, you know, I wanted to go on record and tell you what June said. And I also am here because I want to know, like, what are the options in terms of my wife and, like, June, and making sure we build a case on this guy that he's never around schools anymore, and he's like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
and that's the main deal. So a lot of that is going to be with Mary's office, actually.
Okay.
And so I didn't. I kind of did my part with it, and I have all of my evidence in and stuff. And I'm not sure exactly which DA it will be assigned to.
Okay.
So I'm Internet Crimes Against Children, and it's me and another guy. So we're a team of 2. So we usually have a couple DAs that we work with. So whoever it gets assigned to, all of them I vouch for and are really, really good people and very good at what they do.
Okay.
So, and if this is peace of mind for you, when we do the undercover chats, we do have a lot of evidence, and it's very, you know, hard to dispute, like,
Yes.
you know, the intent behind these types of cases.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of in that stage now, and as of this point, I think everything is turned in with being ready to be picked up from the district attorney themselves to start this prosecution with this guy. But yeah, obviously with this stuff, my main goal, because, you know, we don't see a ton of prison time going to these guys, but as long as they're on sex registries and stuff like that,
Yeah.
me and my partner, we take that as huge wins, because it, you know, at the end of the day, the main thing that we're concerned for is child safety.
Yep.
Obviously, that's why we do this.
Yep.
And yeah, with them being registered and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Great. So.
Yeah, and it's a nice big block where it's going to be totally public to see, and you know, any background checks, it's going to be obviously right there to keep them away from the kids and away from where they're not supposed to be. Yeah. That's out of my hands. So I'm just like, I don't know.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, if anything else comes up, feel free to reach out, okay?
Yeah, and if you need anything else from me, just text.
I appreciate you.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, have a good meeting with Mary.
I will. Thank you very much.
All right.
The suspect was taken into custody and charged with child solicitation by electronic communication device and attempted aggravated of a minor. For more updates on this case and others like it, be sure to subscribe and stay informed.